And now to domestic politics. President Donald Trump is once again threatening to take over Washington, D.C., claiming the Capitol should be run flawlessly. At a cabinet meeting on Tuesday, the president said his administration was looking at whether the White House should assume control of the city, citing high crime, rampant homelessness, and frustrations over a stalled stadium project. President Trump further said his chief of staff, Susie Wiles, was in contact with D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser as part of what Trump called a test to see if the city could function better under federal management.
We would run it so good, it would be run so proper, we'd get the best person to run it, the crime would be down to a minimal, would be much less. And, we're thinking about doing it, to be honest with you. We want a Capitol that's run flawlessly, and it wouldn't be hard for us to do it.
Now, this isn't the first time that Donald Trump has actually floated this idea. In fact, back in February, he said the federal government should run D.C. and called for law and order in the Capitol. President Trump reportedly said he did not want foreign heads of state or governments to see homelessness on their visits to Washington.
I like the mayor. I get along great with the mayor, but they are not doing the job. Too much crime, too much graffiti, too many tents on the lawns.
Now, of course, all of this raises the question, can the president actually take over Washington, D.C.? Well, legally, a federal takeover isn't as straightforward as it sounds. The District of Columbia has operated under limited self-rule since 1973 under a law passed by Congress. Residents elect their own mayor and city council, but Congress retains the right to review D.C.'s laws and its budget. To revoke home rule entirely, lawmakers would need to pass new legislation. And as of now, support for that remains limited to just a few Republicans. Back in February, Republican lawmakers did introduce a bill that would eliminate the District of Columbia's local government and also enable Congress to legislate for its 700,000 plus residents. At the time, D.C. Mayor Bowser spoke out against such moves, acknowledging the federal government's oversized role in the Capitol, but underscoring the city's right to self-govern and its ongoing push for statehood.
Certainly, the president has executive powers, and we've seen that he has issued a lot of executive orders. Some of them have been disputed. Some of them are being argued right now. But I think what the approach that we have taken with the White House is to identify those things that we share. What are our shared priorities? The president is very focused on making our nation's capital the most beautiful capital in the world. And it turns out that's our focus too.
And now it's not just Washington that's actually in the president's crosshairs. He's also threatened to straighten out New York City, linking that to his criticism of Zohran Mamdani, the 33-year-old Democratic socialist who recently secured the Democratic Party's nomination to become the city's mayor.
We are going to straighten out New York. Maybe we are going to have to straighten it out from Washington. We are going to do something for New York. I cannot tell you what yet, but we are going to make New York great again also.
Now, the president has repeatedly labeled Mamdani a communist and even accused him of wanting to defund the police, take over grocery stores, and distribute goods throughout the state. He's also threatened to arrest and deport Mamdani, who, if elected, will be the first Muslim mayor of the city. The president has also stated that he loves New York City and that he would never allow the city to fall in quote-unquote anarchy or a dictatorship. But with no clear legal path to take control of either city for now, these threats remain empty without any real substance behind them. How far the president intends to go, however, and whether any of it translates into action still remains to be seen.
Firstpost now available in 9 languages on YouTube. English,
stands at $36 trillion.
French,
Le FMI, comme
German,
geschäftsführenden Direktoren,
Hindi,
$30 trillion का कर्ज है.
Indonesian,
Pemerintah tanpa pemeriksaan.
Italian,
Sekali radikali.
Japanese, Portuguese,
Por causa do próprio balanço patrimonial.
Spanish.
Beautiful bill.
Go to Settings, click on Audio Track and select the language of your choice. Be the first to know what's happening around you in your first language. Firstpost.